We are just about 9 miles from downtown Manhattan as EA Sports brings you to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out. We are just about 9 miles from downtown Manhattan as EA Sports brings you to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roll. Just about 9 miles from downtown Manhattan as EA Sports brings you to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go. And should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with the Arizona Cardinals. Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. First carry for James Conner, and they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on second and 14. Murray. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Murray a give. This is Conner. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Murray going to take off with it. Murray has the first down and more. Touchdown, Cardinals. It's a sensational run there by Kyler Murray. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. On paper coming in, you'd say that these guys are the better team by far, and they sort of showed their superiority there on the opening drive.
Yeah, they came in the heavy favorite in this game, and even though they're on the road, they just wiped it away, didn't they? They just said to everyone, we're the better team. We just showed it to you on this opening drive, and we expect to do it all game long.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. The return man, Ty Johnson. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Coleman going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Finding room inside the 40. And his throw here's incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Chandler Jones, one of the best athletes to ever come out of Rochester, New York, in for the sack. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Deep for the Cardinals, Christian Kirk. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. A big play there. Taking it in. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football. All right, when you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. And this will be a touchback. No return from Isabella. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. From the gun, Murray. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll toss this out right for Connor. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And we often talk about defensive ends setting the edge, sometimes even the outside linebackers. But how about here? This is a cornerback essentially setting the edge and finishing off that play for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Murray. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he's taken down inside the 30. Murray hooking up with Kirk for an Arizona 1st down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On 1st and 10 is Counter. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with a tackle.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
7-7, our score after 1. Second down at 5. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. The number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, and this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
Play action. Now it's Murray. And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. No doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
They begin the drive with Coleman. Coleman, the first down and a little extra. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys, good.
Yeah.
Backside guys, that's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
Zaven Collins there to make the play defensively. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Play action. It's Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Keelan Cole, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Braden Mann now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And following that punt, which turned out as well as it possibly could have, this offense has 99 yards to go to the other end zone.
And the defense is frothing at the mouth with a chance to get points themselves. If they tackle a runner in the end zone, safety. And if there's a holding call in the end zone, that's also a safety as well. So either way you decide to go on offense, you've got to be careful.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray. And the reception made by Green. And they'll get him down up past the 15. It'll be an Arizona first down on a gain of 17. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
2nd and 10. On the slant, complete to Hopkins. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Third and 2, and here's Murray. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. After the interception, here's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Jordan Phillips in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing second and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A quick throw out wide, caught by Crowder. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. A gain of 6 there on 1st. So 2nd and 4 from the 22. On the slant, he's got Davis. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 16-yard line. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, he'll drop this down to Coleman. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Now Wilson. Got a man. It's Johnson. End zone. He's got a Jets touchdown. Ty Johnson there to make the grab. And the Jets have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked off by Blesson Austin. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Now he steps away. Out right here to Herndon. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. On 3rd down, Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Both teams making their final adjustments for the second half to come. And to bring the action your way, we go back to MetLife Stadium and Brandon God.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And the Jets set to receive this 3rd quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. Returning from his end zone is Ty Johnson. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's a handoff to Coleman. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Tackle made there by Buda Baker.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Second and 5 now. Wilson to the right side, and he's got more complete. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Third and 2, now Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They'll run with Coleman on first down, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
At the 47-yard line.
It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a third down. Now, that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. And finding Keelan Cole. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Crowder's got it over the middle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 63 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Right back to Coleman here on first down. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time. Gets the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Here's Wilson. Under pressure, they got him again. J.J. Watt, his second sack of the night.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal, now brings up a decision on 4th down.
3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And his kick is indeed good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach, and probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
On first down, it's Connor. Finds a seam inside the 40. And down to the 28-yard line. The 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now. But that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Down right around the 25.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Throwing quickly, this is caught by Kirk. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. He'll find Williams on the slant. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Connor. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. 2 yards the loss. 2nd and 12.
Second and 12 at the Jets 17-yard line.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. He's got it. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kyler Murray with a touchdown throw to DeAndre Hopkins. And the Cardinals have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And, partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Prater for the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Returning from his end zone is Ty Johnson. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Oh, Wilson going to throw. He's going to look deep for more. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The safety boot of Baker there to force the incompletion.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Wilson to throw. Open out on the left side. This is Cole. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run on 1st down. It's Coleman. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Coleman going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And I think you'd have to label this an upset. Yes, they were at home, but still an upset. They got just about 9 miles from downtown Manhattan as EA Sports brings you to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Arizona Cardinals. Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And we are underway here on EA Sports. Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Play fake. Murray. And this one caught by Max Williams. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 12 yards the pickup, good enough for an Arizona first.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the handoff, Connor. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bless on Austin. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
They'll start with the option. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Play action. Now Wilson. Caught by his tight end, Wesco. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
On 1st down, Coleman. There he goes inside the 30. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him now at his first 2 carries of the ballgame. So all the way down close to the goal line. Good blocking up front. Helped to spring it.
When this drive is over, he's got to get to the bench and sing kumbaya with the offensive line, doesn't he? Big-time openings for him. Gets him all the way down to the 2-yard line. Let's see if they can pound it in.
Coleman is in. Touchdown, Jets. Just power football there. Down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. It's Connor as they stay on the ground. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll run here with Connor. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Murray going to throw. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He got 29 yards that time. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. To throw is Murray. Screen pass to Connor. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Six nothing our score after 1. They'll fake it to Connor. Now Murray. That is caught. It's Williams. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Give them 32 on the play. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
They'll run here with Connor. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. James Conner. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from grabbing the lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Returning from his end zone is Ty Johnson. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First catch of the game for Hopkins. It's a first down.
First down.
They'll try the left side with Connor. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Two things to watch. First, his strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. To the outside, that's complete to Williams. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. Now Connor. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
I think without a doubt, you write it down, and if you see that look at a later date, go ahead and take your shot.
And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They go play action now. Wilson. He finds Corey Davis, and he'll be out right at the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And that's a much-needed completion right there on 3rd down. Really a sigh of relief, isn't it? They're backed up deep. You know they don't want to give the ball back to the other guys. A great field position. They needed that throw, that completion, that 1st down.
Johnson with a burst, a 1st down and more. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Well, CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category, and that deserves a couple exclamation points.
Now the try here for the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
Isabella not going to risk a return here, and they'll start at the 25.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say that great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite at that level and not at that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that...
Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked off by Blesson Austin.
And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Corey Peters slipping in and getting the sack.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fade.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Uncorks one for Davis. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown!
We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now stands at 13.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this.
Hopkins making the catch. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for the defender to shadow him across all that ground.
And this is caught. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shot along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
And his kick is no good. Misses the PAT, a mistake there, and this remains a 7-point game. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Both teams making their final adjustments for the second half to come. And to bring the action your way, we go back to MetLife Stadium and Brandon Gunn.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. Here comes Johnson on the return. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Running room at the 50. Look out. He's past the 30. He will score.
I'm talking about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead now up to 14. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. And he returns this to the 22.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And this shot downfield on second down is brought in and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's a gain of 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
The scoreboard tells a story for them, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
got his man. It's Williams. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. On 1st and 10 is Counter. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
This is caught. It's Kirk. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal. Murray now to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And that's caught inside the 35. That all the way in. Touchdown, New York. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. And this will be a touchback. No return from Isabella.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it?
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Murray. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. Jabari Zuniga.
Just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 33. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero, but we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And it'll be intercepted.
Jalen Thompson picks it.
Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone. I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Murray. And now here's another interception. He's picked off at his own 47. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get him next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now they hand off to Coleman, and he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They will run again with Coleman. And he's got the first as they bring him down at the 28-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, what they're seeking with an RPO is space for the receiver to make a catch and then make a play downfield, but there wasn't any space available, thus the incompletion.
On third down, here's Coleman. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
79 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 6-yard line.
Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Wilson. That's to Davis. He's got it. Touchdown, New York. The 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Jets will extend their lead. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Isabella not going to risk a return here, and they'll start at the 25.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while. Many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
And that's caught by Williams.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Here's Murray. He's going to let it fly. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
His pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Touchdown, Cardinals. James Conner. He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Cardinals get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Conner going to try and run it. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because in the back of the end zone, never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
96 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's a handoff to Coleman. Into the secondary again. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points,